search for the YouTube link. Okay, got it. Let me share it real quick. And we can start. Okay, Martin is the first one in my list. Do you want to go first?
Sure. So I've been continuing to work on the syncing of blocks. I was able to do some tests successfully. I've been working on perfecting the code, adding some validations, and so I just have to do a few more things, and it will be ready for review. So that's it for me.
That's awesome. Great to hear. That's one of the missing things that we need for the full integration. So I'm glad you're making progress with that. Yeah, we have. Well, I have both Paul and Akash in the same place. Are you both in Turkey?
Yeah, we're both in Turkey. And so, yeah, it's super cool. Super cool to see Akash here, and we're working a little bit on together. So, yeah, you can go first. If you want.
I'm not being able to hear you very well.
Look, put a,
Yeah, I might not be able to hear you. I don't know
I,
if it's the noise of the place. I was hearing Paul kind of all right.
I think it's about
mm,
the Paul have the microphone option in his
sorry.
head.
You hear it?
That sounds better.
Oh my god. 1 second. Sorry, guys.
That's okay. If you want, we can continue with others, and then we go back to you when you're ready. Is that okay?
Hello.
Hey, we
Okay.
can hear you.
Go ahead.
Okay. So I was working on the process BLS to execution change, the new issue Paul assigned me. I'll probably finish the issue today, and then again I'll go back to the process justification and finalization.
Okay, awesome. For the justification and finalization, we have the bit vector on, so you may find it easier to use that and easier to debug afterwards. What was the name of the one you were working on now?
Process BLS to execution change.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's go with
And
Paul. Paul, do you want to give an update as well?
yeah, so on my side, I've been continuing to work on the presentation. So I'm just trying to structure the whole thing, make it look nice, and after I will bounce back and forth with you guys to start adding and start like finalizing something that is coherent. I've added like most information that we have developed. Now I'm sure that you have some specific things that you want to add to the presentation. So yeah, for that, and then on the technical side, I've been making one PR to add um, the so which is like updating the docs, and the other PR I'm trying to merge the PR that is already approved by you, Thomas, which is the process execution payload. It's already approved, but unfortunately, I think that we broke the list hashing, and so I think we need to look into it again because I think Thomas made an update last week to make another function pass. Because I think you remember together we were debugging Thomas. We were debugging one of the errors where everything was correct, but when I was hashing, the hashes that came back were not the right ones, and so Thomas fixed the hashing algorithm, and now it passes. But it broke another one. So process execution payload got broken, which passed all the tests before, but now it doesn't. and so the hashes that I get back are incorrect, uh, even though I didn't like modify anything related to hashes. So we should look into that. So that's all.
Okay, yeah. Well, I don't know if that's the cause. Like, I wouldn't be the first one to tie that change with the problem. It might be the case, but let's debug it and see what's the cause of it.
Yeah,
Um,
no, I don't say that it's famous. What I mean is just that I didn't like the tests were passing and now they don't. So it's just we should look into that. Yeah.
sure, yeah. Okay, thank you, Paul. Fernando.
Yes, for my part, yesterday I finished to re-implement the serialization part based on the Lighthouse client, but Thomas suggested that the PR just became very complex, so it will be better to start another PR with a more interactive approach using for that small commits in that way. So I am starting a new PR with that approach.
Yeah, that's awesome. I will send you some suggestions right after the meeting, but we can probably have a call like in a couple of hours or so. I will just send you some written ideas so that we can structure the code. And then we can think specifically about schemas, because I know that's the trickiest part, especially when thinking about containers. But I think that if we structure the code in a certain way from the beginning, then the containers will be very similar to the basic types, and they will be self-explanatory, and that will basically make the code a lot easier. But yeah, I will send you some ideas in a couple of minutes, and afterwards we can like actually synchronously sync. But yeah, great progress on that. Thank you so much. God's power.
Okay, good day everyone. Um, Yesterday I worked on, so based on the change to Mars made, I used the bit vector sets to check for bits, like check for ones instead of using list, and the I was able to make the processing aggregate pass, so I it's ready for review right now. And I also worked on adding tests to the or basically just tests the become by block range. So I worked a bit on that yesterday. I mostly read like mostly studied the code and the interactions and what I need to add. So today I would add some code to actually test and see if I'm doing the it's actually passing. So yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, let us know if you need any help testing. I'm glad that you also got to resolve the other issue.
By the way, I just realized that maybe for that testing, it will be also useful to have the syncing in place, because currently there are not many blocks stored. So I guess like most of the requests you will get from other peers will be for blocks that we don't have in the database. So I don't know, maybe you can work on this, but also you could wait and for the syncing PR to be in, and then maybe it will be easier to test with real data.
Okay. So because I based on Thomas' comments, he said that I should compare with blocks. So I found out there was like this function request block by slot. So I was thinking of using that. So based on what you're saying, I probably would not get the blocks by using that function, right?
Yeah, because we need to have them on the database, and when we start, we only get like the blocks from Gossip, and what I'm doing is getting all the blocks from the checkpoint sync until now, which are, I guess, the blocks that most peers would be interested in. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'm sure there's some testing that can be done without this, but maybe with all these blocks in the database, it would be easier.
I think that let me know if I'm wrong, but I think that we might be talking about two different things. On the one hand, God's power, maybe I will actually reframe this as a question. God's power, are you trying to build like unit tests or something like that, or are you more like trying to manually bring up the client and get the blocks and see that, sorry, get the requests and see that the requests are going well. Like, what of both of those approaches are you taking?
Okay, so I think what I'm doing is I'm doing it manually. I'm supposed to do it manually, but I don't see any unit tests for the functions around handling incoming requests from peers. So what I'm going to do is like get the blocks manually, like start the client and see the data I'm getting and see what I'm going to get and trying to compare two of them. So I think we are in sync. I yeah,
Okay.
I get what to say.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for the update. The next one in line is Mete.
Hello, everyone. Yesterday, I worked on the voluntary exit process, and it's merged now. And today I'll be fixing the process proposer slashing PR, and I believe it will be merged by today as well. And I will get some more PR issues afterwards.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Tomás is next.
Yes. Well, yesterday I worked on the state transition function. It's mostly done. It's just missing implementing some of the processing functions. Once we are done with that, for now the PR is ready to merge. It just doesn't do that processing. After that, I worked on attestation handler. It's almost done. It just needs some. I need just to implement some missing functions and probably fix some compiler errors from dialyzer. After that's done, I'm gonna continue on probably some more epoch processing functions, or maybe on a tester slash, and I think there's one more handler. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. Yeah, getting all of the callbacks in place is one of the few missing things for having the POC. So thank you so much for the progress on that. I think that I'm the only one missing. I implemented the bit vector module yesterday to help Akash and God's Power with bit management. I think that God's Power mentioned that he was already able to use it. I think that it probably will be useful for others as well if you're handling bit by bit operations. So yeah, I spent most of my day yesterday with that, and afterwards I started reviewing the SS set library by Fernando. I suggested some changes, and I will keep reviewing that. I want to change a couple of things about the design, but I think that it's very well directed. We just need to change a couple of things. So yeah, I will be talking with him today and sending some design ideas so that we can structure the code in a certain way. And afterwards, after we're done with that, I will go back to preparing the workshops. And I think that's my update for today. We also need to agree on what's the best time for the workshop this week. I will probably send a poll or something like that later today. I want to have a day that will be good for everyone. We had some conflicts for this Thursday, so we'll try to figure out which is the best day. And I think that's it for me. Any final comments or questions? Okay, if we don't have anything, we'll just close for today. Thank you for joining. See you all tomorrow.